God forbid that you put 3 in here. 3 scanners. That is, underneath that, $74.79 a month. Almost $8,000 a month. Do you think for 1 second that you and I could not find a doctor or a wellness facility somewhere in the world that would put one of these in? $8,000. Now, you could scrutinize this all you want. You can try to pick apart this spreadsheet all you want, but you can't. These are real numbers. These are what we are doing in the field today. So, one doctor's office with 3,000 patients, scanning 5 people a day, half of those people quit. They get an income check of around $100,000, and you get a royalty check of about $8,000. Now, let's stop here for a second. Let's talk about Apple, because this is the same business model as Apple. Every couple of years, Apple comes out with a new product. They come out with the iPod, laptop, iPhone 1, 2, 3, keep going. And every time that you purchased one of those, it created a phishing net for them. And then every time a new product came out, 90% of the time, the person that bought the laptop bought the iPhone next, right? This is the same business model. But here is the difference. Does Apple pay you a 10% royalty check for every referral that you have? No. Well, PharmaNext does. So you can start to see where the West real estate people of the world started thinking. You can see where the Gregs of the fitness world started thinking. Duplication, leverage, things of that nature. So just review here for a second. Let's go back to one. Even one. Just one. You and I, for the next 12 months, find one scanner. $2,500 per month. What if we found 3? That's $8,000 a month. Now, look at the square to the right of it, the second square, the next 24 months. What if we found 3 more? And then what if we found 3 more? So for the next 3 years, we found just three doctor's offices somewhere in the world that wanted 3 scanners each. Now, this might blow your mind, but these are real numbers. The first year, we got $8,000 would be your monthly income. We found 3 more the next year. The accumulation factor of the first year and the second year, that's 6 scanners out there. That's $11,987 per month. Let's say we find 9. So 9 scanners is $14,692 per month. So now, this is the big picture. We help doctors. We help fitness people. We help gyms. And the company rewards us every single month. So I suggest that you take a look at this. Now, let's take a look at another schematic. If I can bring this up real quick. Over here on the right side of the page, will give you kind of an example of how this business works. So you can see there that we have 5 medical practices in a row. And let's say we get one medical practice that has 100 patients on our products, and that would yield you a $15,000 a year passive income check. And let's say we get another medical practice, only 50 patients. That's $7,000. And you can go right down the list, $45,000, $23,000, $30,000. So what's that add up to? If you look at the green triangles there, it would be from left to right, it'd be 15 and 7 is 22. 22 and 45 is 67. 67 and 23 is 67. 23 is 90. And another 30 is $120,000 of passive income churning you money like oil wells. That's only 6. That's only, excuse me, that's only 5 scanner placements. Can you see the duplication factor here? Can you see the opportunity that we have here? Most doctors are financially not well off. They're looking for stuff like this. They're looking for no overhead. They're looking for no liability, no inventory, no liability, no overhead, for a $209 lease payment. That doctor makes $100,000 or $150,000 a year, and you get a royalty check off of that, anywhere between $15,000 and $30,000. Come on. This is a no-brainer. This is duplication at its finest. And this is where Wes and I saw where things were going. So that gives you a little idea. Now let's take a look at what I saw out of this. Let's take it from the wellness side of it. Same thing applies. What if we go to a health fair or a wellness center? 300 members, $45,000. A personal training center, 50 members, $7,000. CrossFit. Do you know there's 6,700 CrossFit gyms in the United States alone? And what if you and I only got one of those? That's $15,000 a year of passive income per gym. Yoga studio, nutrition store. I got a buddy now that was in the nutrition store business. He's not now. He sold them all. And he placed one of these scanners in his nutrition store down in South Florida. And next thing you know, man, this guy is just started duplicating it. Excuse me, putting these scanners in nutrition stores. So look at that. A couple of nutrition stores, you get a $23,000 a year raise. Where in the world, whatever you're doing now, can get a $23,000 a year raise just by placing one of these scanners in a nutrition store? Med spas, big business there. Huge business with face care, skin care, and stuff like that. We are merging nutrition in to make it a full circle spa, and $30,000 a year for 200 members. You know, you just can't beat that. So, on one side of the coin, we've got the medical world and the medical practices. On the other side of the coin, we've got the wellness industry. So you can see here, as we talk about the duplication factor of the biophotonic scanner, how this thing can explode. So that's kind of your brass knuckles. Every scanner you put in, we help you put in, we get a 5 to 10% royalty check per scanner anywhere in the world, as long as that business is in business. We are at the right time, at the right place. Just do a little common sense here, please. You got a medical system that's broke. You got a healthcare system that came down the pipe that's pushing people toward prevention. You got a piece of technology in medicine. You've got a pandemic with disease. You've got one company in the world that has the rights for 17 more years of a piece of technology to help people pre-disease. You got a nutraceutical business that is probably a $300 billion a year business that is just about ready to explode. There's 1,000 scanners or more in the United States alone, and that is the smallest market, but yet with the largest upside. This is a no-brainer from a businessman, business person, business lady's point of view. All we have to do is leverage. We leverage doctors' networks. We put these scanners in. We get a royalty check. It is a no-brainer from a business standpoint. I encourage you to contact me and to help you answer your questions. I do not want you to believe me. I want you to believe my company. I want you to believe the public record. I want you to believe other doctors, other entrepreneurs that are doing this placement program. This tape is purely business. I do not mean to be insensitive to the technology or the helping the person out of it, but it is a business-minded person. If you have a company that's a billion-dollar company, publicly traded, debt-free company behind you, and you have a product that you own the rights to, and you have 100% market share, and you have an industry that will be tripled within in the trillions of dollars in aging in the next 10 years, that is set up for you. You would be nuts as a business person not to get involved in this. That's the business side. The personal side is that at the end of the day, you better have a lot of coin in the bank drawing you a passive income. And chances are you don't. And chances are you have no leverage or no time. Even if you're making $10 million a year, you have no time. And that's what is so precious. You got to create passive income streams in order to leverage your time to be with your family, to be with your loved ones, to do things on a larger scale. For me, it's autistic children. Every scanner that I place somewhere in the world yields enough money for hundreds of children to get to paint artwork around the world. That's why I do it. I have a personal stake in it. But I'm also doing it because I knew that my runway was running out. And actual income was just not going to cut it. So I encourage you to take a look at this from a business side, from a passive income side. Get a hold of me, excuse me, at gregryanfitness@yahoo.com, and let's chat about business, and let's take this to a high level where we can change the world. My name is Greg Ryan. I hope you have a nice day. Here's the numbers, and the numbers just do not lie. Take care.